Closer, maybe a little bit of warmer, but also that everyone can hear. We have 2 sets of microphones, so hopefully this year you'll be able to hear and participate. So we are always wonderfully gathered by board supervisors.
Well, thank you. And good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, all of you who took the time to come out this morning. I think I was so touched the first time I came to see so many people from different parts of the County of Los Angeles who know about this and want to be here. You know, I think today is very fitting because it's a National Day of Mourning for President George H.W. Bush. And I've spent the whole morning before I got here glued to my TV, watching the fanfare, watching everyone remembering our former president, and the commentators saying how a funeral of a president really marks time for a country. And I thought it's just as appropriate that on the same day that we mourn the loss of our commander-in-chief, we also mourn the loss of individuals whose deaths did not receive national attention or much attention at all, but whose lives were no less worthy of our recognition. This morning, we'll say our final goodbyes to 1,467 souls who passed away in 2015 in LA County. Heartbreakingly, these individuals had no one but the county to provide them with a respectful and dignified burial. Some of these individuals were homeless, many were poor, some were newborn babies. And tragically, many of them have no loved ones to grieve for them. So today, it is so heartwarming that so many of you have taken it upon yourselves to honor these individuals' lives and grieve their loss. I can't help but think that at one point, these people had parents. At one point, maybe these people had friends. At one point, maybe they laughed and loved and cried like most of us. They experienced joy and pain and sadness. But I think that there's no doubt that many of the people that we honor here today led difficult lives and were too familiar with sadness and pain. I pray that each of them is resting in a more peaceful and painless place now. Every year, the county holds this special interfaith ceremony to give each of these individuals the most appropriate and respectful burial that we can. This is an annual event that the county began in 1896, and it is part of our commitment to never have a person buried in LA County without respect and dignity. Their lives mattered to someone, and they still matter to us. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this small group who have said, I want to be there so that I can add a little dignity and a little respect to this burial today. It means so much to all of us in the County of Los Angeles. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you everyone for being here. I find it one of the great honors and privileges in my capacity as the director of the Department of Health Services to come to this service every year. It's a time of solemn reflection for all of us and a time when we can pay our respects to so many lives who maybe had a hard time in this world. And hopefully they have found some joy during this life, but certainly they have found joy and peace after their deaths. I'm reminded, in the story in the Old Testament of Jacob and Leah and Rachel. And Jacob had two wives, Leah and Rachel. And Rachel was beautiful, the Bible says, and Leah, it says, was ugly. But God loved both. And what made Leah beautiful was not anything that the world saw. She didn't have power, she didn't have looks, she didn't have stature, she didn't have necessarily the friends or the environment or anything that would allow others to look onto her in the way that the world looks on people and judges them. But God, looked at Leah and found her to be beautiful. And he found her to be beautiful because he loved her. And I find that to be so true. I find it to be true every day in my personal life, every day in my professional life within the county, that so often what the world says is that you're loved if you're beautiful. You're loved if you're beautiful in all the ways that the world defines beauty. And God turns that upside down and says, no, that's not how it is. You are not loved because you're beautiful because you're loved. And I find that to be true so much for these people here, who perhaps were not beautiful in the way that we define beauty in this world, but certainly are loved and respected and cherished and treasured by God. I pray that we might all find this time of reflection to be one of power and significance for all of us. I'm just so thankful that we all can be here and have a chance to pay our respects to each of these individual lives who had so much meaning and purpose, even if not in ways that the world always recognized. Thank you.
We invite you to take a moment to be still and allow this musical piece to move our spirit and our hearts as one people. We have been blessed the last few years with our partnership with the Street Symphony and their musicians and choral pieces. My name is Father Chris Panett, and I'm Director of Spiritual Care at LA County USC Medical Center. And I've been privileged to be part of this for close to 20 years and helped provide the last dozen or so years this interfaith gathering. This last summer, I had the experience of doing two things. One, my uncle, Charlie, died in around 1921 after 2 years of life. And he was buried at another cemetery, but we never knew exactly where. So I spent a couple years with my mother digging around at this particular cemetery. And we finally found 2 feet into the ground a stone, because at that point that was what was put on a child's gravesite, a stone. And this year I had the privilege of purchasing and putting a gravestone for Uncle Charlie Green, because his dignity is like these people's dignities, not to be forgotten. And second, this summer as I was on sabbatical in Ireland, I went to many cemeteries for the unclaimed and some named during the Irish famine. So what we do today links us together with communities around the world, of many places and time and space, where because of wars or diseases or injustices, people were tossed away or left to be alone. So as we walk into the spirit of interfaith and spiritual moments, wherever you are in your faith and spiritual journey, may we be one with each other, with those who we honor today, and as was said, with the nation that grieves a famous person as we journey and grieve these who died 3 years ago and walk with us in spirit. I invite you to bow your heads for our common open prayer. We stand in the beauty of the divine tears of rain, a rain that the land so desperately needs. We gather as a people who call you in many names, and in this silence we know your beauty. We gather as we remember all these persons, a number that is so grand, with each person, with families, stories, and sorrows. We gather to honor in this moment our common humanity. We gather in the pain of persons unclaimed, somehow disconnected with family and friends. We gather to claim our common hope for all to be remembered, for the ending of pains and broken families, injustice, that they would be healed by you. We gather to celebrate each of their lives that led him to Los Angeles County to be part of our community. We gather to celebrate their contributions to the mosaic that we call the Great Los Angeles. May they be at peace. May they be in your embrace. May they inspire us to connect with our family and friends and those people on the street that we walk by. These are holy days, a season in which we celebrate candles of hope, oils of healing, and newborn and a peace for all people. May they be at peace. I invite you, may they be at peace.
May they be at
May
peace.
they be at peace.
Here to honor those that have passed. It's also the fire, the water, and the earth, and the breath of life that we breathe. The water, the rain that cleansed this land before we walked here. And I want to say a special prayer for those immigrants that could not be here to claim their lost souls, those that can't cross our borders, and those for those families that could not be here in any walk of life that these people have had, that we honor them in the way that they should. So I'd like to put down my sage, and I'm going to offer the Bigfoot song to the Four Directions.